In February, Mike Sonko received a powerful phone call from State House. And that phone call came with one instructions. Come to State House in 15 minutes. And because Mike Sonko knew that by the time State House were making that call, they'd already located where he was. So Mike Sonko had no option but to rush to State House in 15 minutes. And by that time, Mike Sonko was in deep problems. Mike Sonko had been subdued by the system. He had just been arrested and charged with corruption. And the court had ruled that Mike Sonko should not step anywhere near City Hall. And at the same time, the MCS wanted to impeach Governor Sonko. They had gathered enough signatures to impeach him. So Sonko was subdued. Sonko was a man under siege. And I can bet that by the time that phone call arrived, Mike Sonko didn't know why he was being called to State House. So Mike Sonko went to State House. And the moment Mike Sonko arrived at State House, he found President Uhuru Kenyatta and very senior government officials. According to Sonko, by the time he was arriving there, the county secretary had also been summoned to State House. So they found themselves there. And Sonko was told that because of the challenges he was facing, the arrest, the court case, the corruption, the impeachment which was going on there, and the mere fact that by that time there was no substantive deputy governor for Nairobi, Mike Sonko was told that the central government wanted to transfer certain functions to the national government in the interest of the people of Nairobi. And because Mike Sonko loves the people of Nairobi, he agreed to it. And from nowhere, documents were unleashed and they signed the documents. And the moment Mike Sonko appended his signature, of course it did happen the same day. The first day was just to agree to the transfer. And they explained to him the functions which they were intending to transfer. They explained to him that health services were very crucial. And therefore, since they were fully devolved, they wanted to transfer some of them to national government. The transport services, the public works services, and the planning and development. So Mike Sonko agreed and he left. And then later on, he was now called for official signing. The day you remember Mike Sonko signing the document in the presence of Uhuru Kenyatta, in the presence of Eugene Wamalwa, in the presence of actually the whole thing was presided over by the Attorney General. And I remember myself and another friend of mine reminding Mike Sonko that the moment he appended his signature there, that was the moment he ceased being the governor of Nairobi. And we received a lot of backlash. In fact, Mike Sonko alinitusi na huyu jamaa vibaya sana hiyo siku. Hatujaisahau the stereo kumu from Mumias. We've not forgotten. Because Mike Sonko didn't even have the time to read the document. He didn't even go there with his lawyer. He went there as Mike Sonko. The county secretary also went there as the county secretary. And they signed the documents. And indeed, functions were transferred. And to show seriousness, President Uhuru Kenyatta then appointed the Director General. Sorry, the president created the Nairobi Metropolitan Service and appointed Major General Mohamed Badi as the Director General of the Nairobi Metropolitan Service. That move alone confirmed that there was now a new boss in town. And that new boss was not Mike Sonko. So yesterday, Mike Sonko indicated that he wants the Nairobi back, the Nairobi County back. He wants to kick out the Nairobi Metropolitan Service, the Director General, and Uhuru Kenyatta out of Nairobi County government. Basically, Mike Sonko wants to reset everything to factory setting. Is it going to be possible? Is it going to be possible? I don't think so. It's not going to be possible. So Mike Sonko posted something yesterday. May the Lord punish all senior government officers at the office of the president who gave instructions for Kibra, Kencom, and Buruburu sanitization booths erected by Sonko rescue team to be vandalized by the police. May those who have suspended our daily fumigation of Nairobi estates, slums, and distribution of food, free mask, sanitizers rot in hell and burn in hellfire, including PS Karanja Kibicho and the regional commissioner, Nairobi, Wilson Jega, who have behaved like the brood of vipers, which were condemned to hell in the book of Matthew 23:33, which says, "You snakes, you blood of vipers, how will you escape being condemned to hell?" So Mike Sonko is now turning into a motivational speaker and a preacher. And again, Mike Sonko responded to one guy in that post. And this is basically the content of this video today. The guy we were assaulted, we were abused with, it's called the stereo, Okumu. Sonko is saying, Twitter Mbaino, when we started this process, the president had good intentions of Nairobi. But some of his greedy officers in government, especially the ones who hate me, have hijacked the process to embarrass and frustrate me with a lot of impunity. Now that's my point. Mike Sonko is saying the president had good intentions, but he has greedy officers. Who are these greedy officers? He had mentioned Karanja Kibicho. Let me be very clear, and I've always maintained this to anybody, including the deputy president, that the guy pulling all these tricks is none other than President Uhuru Kenyatta. So there is no way Mike Sonko can excuse President Uhuru Kenyatta from all this, but at the same time blame Karanja Kibicho. Uhuru and Sonko were very close buddies. These guys would drink together. Mike Sonko would call President Uhuru Kenyatta publicly and put him on a speakerphone. Who does that? The president has pronounced himself as far as Karanja Kibicho and the rest are concerned. He had said clearly that he has full confidence on those people. Full confidence on those people. So basically, Mike Sonko is being frustrated and embarrassed with a lot of impunity, the way he's alleging here, but not by none by any other person. By President Uhuru Kenyatta himself. And just like I advised the DP the other day, if Mike Sonko wants to succeed, he must be willing to listen. But if he can't listen, then he can open a war with the president himself. Forget about Karanja Kibicho, forget about the so-called system. There's a group of people who placed Mike Sonko right at the center of leadership of the capital city of Kenya. Mike Sonko forgot about those people. He's now blaming the system. Now let me continue. He's saying, I will not sign. In fact, this is the time to terminate the transfer of functions of deeds. So Sonko is saying this is now the time for him to terminate that contract. How is it even possible? That contract was signed to run for 24 good months, Mr. Mike Sonko. There's no another shortcut. 24 good months. Then after 24 good months, then either parties can decide to terminate. So if you want to terminate this transfer of deeds, you must count months and wait until 24. There's nothing you can do now. And I know something is telling you you can refuse to sign the budget. You will also be shocked. These guys will find a way out. They will find a way out. Let me continue. He's saying, to date, I have not been furnished with a copy of the deed. I was not given sufficient time to even read the draft. I was just told it is a good thing on service delivery to the people of Nairobi. So Sonko is saying, up to now, he has not seen a copy of that deed. So if he has not seen a copy of that deed and is going to refuse or to terminate, what is he going to terminate? What is he going to terminate? He signed a document. He didn't read the document. He has not been given his copy as the governor, and he wants to terminate. Do you terminate what you don't know? Is it possible to terminate what you don't know? And this is what I'm saying. Sonko must be very careful. These guys are monitoring him. If he doesn't have a copy of this deed, these guys will change certain things, and powers will be given to the Director General to assent to those bills. Let's continue. I was not given sufficient time to even read the draft. Just like I said, Mike Sonko was given 15 minutes to State House. When he arrived there, a document was there. He was told, sometimes even newspaper, if you purchase a newspaper in the morning, then you read it. You don't even read all of it. You'll just skim through some pages. Then someone will ask you, wewe uliona ile kitu kwa gazeti? You didn't see. Why? Because you didn't read it. So if a newspaper you can't read fully, then how can you read? How can you read transfer of deed? Impossible. So Mike Sonko alichezwa. He's saying, he's continuing, I was told it was a good thing on service delivered to the great people of Nairobi, as I deal with my court case, since I love you people of Nairobi. So he said he was subdued. He had a court case. So he wanted those court cases to be dealt with. So the question is, as we speak today, has Mike Sonko dealt with those court cases? Not. So he's coming back to Nairobi County to do what? Let me tell you, we have a COVID crisis in this country. Every politician is trying to get political capital out of it. Sonko is forgetting that in Nairobi, all functions relating to health, were transferred from the county government of Nairobi to the Nairobi Metropolitan Service. So it doesn't have any single function left with as the county government of Nairobi. So if Sonko is building booths in Nairobi, he's building those booths in whose capacity? Those praying booths. As a private citizen or as a governor. And if he's doing it, from whose whose authority? Who allowed him to do that? Those are the realities that Sonko has forgotten about. And Sonko is continuing. Since I love you, people of Nairobi. So it's not playing with the emotions of the people of Nairobi. I love you, the people of Nairobi. Now let me continue. And I have your interest at heart, and I had to accept without even going through the documents. So how could Sonko make that big blunder of signing this document without reading? Then after doing that, now coming to blame the people. Coming to blame the system, sorry. I didn't know it will turn against us, against Sonko and who. Politics is just a game and it's dirty. There are people who have moved on. The cabinet of Sonko today, there are people who are appointed by Mike Sonko and today are praying that he doesn't come back. There are people who are doing business with the county government of Nairobi through Mike Sonko. Today, they may be praying that Sonko doesn't come back. So he's saying, please forgive, I will never repeat that mistake again. In fact, I'm starting the process of terminating the deed of transfer, just like any other ordinary contract. I will now personally go to court to have it terminated. Let them kill me or jail me if they want. Ndio waendelee na ujinga zao when I'm not your governor. That's how politics is. Sonko is no longer the governor of Nairobi. He's just there on paper. Personally, I would have wished Sonko to continue serving as the governor of Nairobi. Because during this particular crisis, I think he would have performed better. But Mike Sonko, if he wants to listen, let me give him 2 advices. The first advice which Sonko must start doing is to look for Major General Badi, the Director General of the Nairobi Metropolitan Service, Mohamed Badi. After looking for Badi, let him sit down with him and forge a working relationship. If he had done that, probably the boots would not have been pulled down. If he had done that, probably the Nairobi is called the Sonko Rescue Team would still be operating, distributing foods. But he has chosen to fight. He can't fight the system. So Sonko should look for Badi, because he's a politician, the guy is not a politician. Let him just look for him. Agree that you are now the Director General. Fanya kazi yako. Mimi ni governor. Wacha nifanye kazi yangu, but let us work in harmony. But proving who the boss is at this moment in time is not the right thing. Number 2, which he alluded to here, is that Mike Sonko must now focus on clearing his name in the courts. Because by going to court to terminate this contract, is just going to open more problems. So Sonko should use this opportunity. Hii corona imekuja and it's affecting everybody, not only Mike Sonko, every other person. So Sonko should just focus on the case. Because if you will fail to focus on the case, these guys will charge him. No, the case will go on. He will be prosecuted. He will be found guilty. Then getting certificate of good conduct from the likes of Karanja Kibichu, because those are the guys who will issue that certificate of good conduct, will be a very big problem for him. So even becoming a governor in 2022 will be a problem for him. So Mike Sonko should focus on that court case as a matter of urgency. Thank you guys. I don't know what you think, but that's my take.